you'll learn that as your child progresses through high school and as you go on this college recruiting journey, there's going to be a lot of people and a lot of companies that reach out to you to try to offer services and, promise that they can help your son or daughter get a college scholarship or get an athletic scholarship playing for colleges. And a lot of these recruiting services are all the same. And I'm not knocking them because I have a recruiting service, Texas Basketball Scouts. We help build profiles and help kids get exposure. But you gotta be careful because I've heard stories of families spending anywhere from $500 all the way up to $3,000 to help their kids get recruited. And what these companies say they're gonna do is they have this huge database of college coaches, and what they're gonna do is build you a profile, and all these coaches are sitting there behind their computers looking for players. Now, for anybody that just attended the live period, for the college recruiting calendars, if you went to any of those GASOs or if you participated in the NCAA College Basketball Academy, you know that college recruiting is not a passive sport, okay? You have to be active with your college recruitment. And so are these schools and these coaches. These coaches, yeah, they might look online and see a profile or see a video, but then the next step is that they're gonna wanna go out and actually see you play. So how are you gonna get in front of coaches that wanna see you play? One thing you can do is perform. That way you get put on the radar. And then if you're playing in any type of travel team and travel circuits during the summer, you wanna make sure that you link up with a team that does a good job of getting you exposure and playing in tournaments that coaches are gonna be at. And play for a good team, because think about it. If you play for a crappy AAU team, do you think any coaches are gonna come watch your guys' game and see you guys play? No. So as a player, you need to be smart when it comes to your college recruiting. It's all about marketing and exposure for yourself. So if you're a high school player and you're trying to play college basketball, you need to do good during the high school season. You need to link up with a company like Texas Basketball Scouts so that we can help build you an online profile, which is like having a resume, so you can have your name, your height, your weight, what school you go to, what city you're in, what travel team you play for, years of experience. And once you have that profile, we can also put videos on that profile. So this way, whenever you go out and email college coaches, you can send them a simple email that says, hi, my name is so-and-so, and I go to this school. By the way, here's a link to my recruiting profile, and there's some updated and some recent video footage on there as well for you to take a look at. That's a great way to introduce yourself to college coaches. Help get yourself on the radar, and if you're good enough, they're gonna follow up with you and keep an eye on you and see if they might actually wanna add you to their team. So once you've done that initial step of reaching out, making introductions, and you have a profile and you have some video, then start thinking about what you can do to actually get physically in front of these coaches. You know that you have to pay attention to the recruiting calendars. And if you visit the website, tbscouts.com, and go to the blog, you'll see a recent blog post there where I posted the 2019-2020 college basketball recruiting calendars. Now those are for men, so women, email me or reach out to me and I can show you how to get access to those calendars as well. But on the blog is the recruiting calendars for men's basketball for the 2019-2020 season. Look and see when those recruiting periods are, when the evaluation periods are, so that you can try to position yourself either in camps or by playing in tournaments that are during those evaluation and recruiting periods. Again, like I mentioned, you have to be strategic about it. So if you are going to be playing travel ball, and there's nothing wrong with travel ball, I think that that's a great opportunity for kids to get more exposure. This past summer, I had the privilege of working with a couple of different AAU teams that had several good players on it, and that's great because all those players can get exposure, okay? And that's what it's all about. So if you still have summers ahead of you where you can go out and play college or play AAU basketball, make sure that you get on a team that has a proven track record of playing in good tournaments, getting good exposure, and has the attention of college coaches, because it's a lot easier to get coaches to come to your game when there's just more than one player that they want to come see. So always remember also that college recruiting is a proactive sport, okay? Don't just sit back and think that any one person or one company is going to get the job done for you. The athlete, the player, has to want it more than anybody else. And what I mean by that is they have to be proactive. They have to make a list of schools that they want to go to. They have to start sending emails and dripping on these college coaches throughout the high school season and throughout the summer, whenever they're doing great things, to let them know that they're truly interested in going to that school, okay? So it works both ways. Players need to reach out to the coaches, and players, if you do already have coaches or schools that are showing interest in you, you need to be respectful and reach back out to them if you're interested, okay? Because college recruiting is all about relationships. You got to build relationships with people. You got to pick up the phone and talk to coaches on the phone, okay? You send emails, but nothing really starts moving the ball until you start having conversations with people on the phone. And there's nothing that's wrong with that. It's not against the rules. So, like I said, visit the blog post, look at the recruiting calendars. If you have any questions about what the rules are, reach out to me and I'll be happy to set down some time and we can talk about what the rules are. And the college coaches know what the rules are. So if you're a player, call the basketball team, ask to speak to whoever's in charge of the recruiting or the assistant coach, and talk to them and see what you can and can't do. Build that relationship. There's no secrets when it comes to college recruiting. And again, Texas Basketball Scouts, we're here to help any players, especially those that are in San Antonio, that are looking for some exposure, that are trying to have a more professional approach to basketball and college recruiting. And if you're one of those families or one of those players, I want you to contact me, send me an email or give me a phone call, send me a text message, and let's schedule a meeting so we can sit down and talk about what your game plan is for recruitment, okay? And if you need to get started with our exposure package, where I'll build you a profile on the website, we'll get some videos going for you, we'll get some pictures going for you, and I'll sit down and talk to you. I'll also give you a copy of my latest book, the College Basketball Recruiting Handbook, so that you can write down your list of schools and keep notes and keep track of all the schools and coaches that you've been talking to and reaching out to, so that you can get one step closer. I always tell players that you have to treat college recruiting and treat basketball like it's a job interview, okay? So you always want to put your best foot forward and you have to follow up. It's just like if you were trying to get a job somewhere, you wouldn't just send an email to the hiring manager and then sit back and do nothing. No, you'd make calls to see if they got your information, to see if they're interested, to see what the next step is. And players need to do that same thing when it comes to their college recruiting. Another tip that I want to give you, a pro tip, is we all have social media accounts these days. And my pro tip is that you guys start using your social media accounts like recruiting profiles, okay? For instance, on Instagram, it gives you a little place where you can put a website. If you have a recruiting profile, like if you have a profile on Texas Basketball Scouts or any of the other services, then put that link inside of your description or your bio in your profile. That way, if a college coach goes and follows you on social media, they can click on that link and then they can see your recruiting profile, okay? Again, I want to just say that we do offer that service. So if you want me to build you a recruiting profile that looks nice and professional with the most up-to-date information that you can update at any time, then give me a call and let's get it done. But another note with the social media accounts is make them look professional. Now, we know we're all still growing up and we want to live life and basketball is not everything. But if your goal is to play basketball in college, make sure that your profile is at least decent. Make sure it's not full of, bad stuff that you wouldn't want a coach to see or, want other people to see. You have to kind of make a decision. Are you trying to be cool right now, or are you trying to do something that's going to help you advance your basketball career? So clean up your social media profiles, okay? Make sure you have your name in there. If you want to put your school somewhere in the description, what grade you're in, if you want to put, when you're going to be graduating, and then, like I said, put links to your recruiting profiles so that coaches can click on that and go take, a better look at what you have to offer. So that goes for Instagram accounts, that goes for Twitter accounts, and, I don't know how many of the younger folks are using Facebook and stuff, but, all of these social media platforms can be used like recruiting profiles, okay, to help market yourself. Because at the end of the day, whether you use a recruiting service like Texas Basketball Scouts, or if you use any other recruiting service that's out there like NCSA or College Promoters or Be Recruited or any of those other recruiting services, at the end of the day, the coach is going to talk to the player and the parents. None of those services, because the recruiting happens relationships. between the parents, the players, and the coach. And really, that's all you need. The recruiting service is just a nice thing to have. And I want to also say that, our service at Texas Basketball Scouts is cheaper than anything else that's out there. And I would beg to beg that it's better than a lot of them that's out there, because I do the video, I do the editing, our videos are professional, they're high quality, our profiles are nice and clean, and the cost is a fraction of the price of those other ones. Right now, the cost is only $270 for our package. Like I said before, a lot of those other services cost anywhere from $500 to $3,000. So before you go out and waste money on those expensive programs and platforms, give Texas Basketball Scouts a try. Give me a try, give me a chance to help you get some exposure and market your player, and help you, get some videos out there and sit down and talk with you. And then if I don't do the job, well, then you can go and spend money on some of those other more expensive recruiting services if you think that's going to help. But, before you waste that money, give me a call and let's talk, and let's see how we can help everybody reach their goals of one day playing basketball in college on an athletic scholarship. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. Please give me a call or send me an email if you have any questions, or if you want to talk, or if you want to learn more. And I'd be happy to schedule some time to sit down with you guys as a family and the players, and just put it all out on the table to see, how we can help you reach your goals. So if you have any questions or want to learn more, let me know, contact me, give me a call, or send me an email. But thank you guys for all the support. If you follow me on social media at Texas Basketball Scouts or TB Scouts, I want to say thank you for being a loyal follower. And let's just keep this thing going, y'all. Let's do some more good for the community. And let's help people achieve their dreams. So thanks again for watching. Y'all take care, and have a wonderful day.